Hey guys, Josh here with Josh and Hunter's Adventures, and welcome back to the channel. Today's video, we're talking about the Texas rig. We're going to be sharing some tips, some tricks with you guys, some things that I have learned over the last 30 years of fishing this bait that's going to help you catch a lot more fish. So let's talk about a Texas rig. A Texas rig is a bait that will catch fish all year round. Okay, so you can fish this in the summer, the fall, the winter, the spring, it doesn't matter. This bait catches them all year long. So what is a Texas rig? Let's talk about what it is really quick. A Texas rig is any type of soft plastic bait with a hook and a weight. And basically it's rigged weedless, which we'll talk about here in just a second. But there are a lot of different bait choices out there for rigging a Texas rig. This is a finesse worm. You have regular like old monster worms or curly tail worms. You've got lizards, crawls, creature baits, brush hogs. There's just an endless amount of baits out there on the market for throwing and rigging Texas rigs. So that is an option you can look at if you are looking at experimenting with different Texas rigs. But what we have here is we have a finesse worm rigged on a 2/0 hook with a 1/8 ounce tungsten weight. We're going to start up here at the top and we're going to talk about weights, and we'll work our way onto each component of the bait. So when you're deciding on a weight for a Texas rig, think about it as you get by with the lightest weight that you can use to keep your bait on the bottom. Okay, so like for this is an 1/8 ounce tungsten head, and I'm going to be fishing this bait usually in 15 foot or less. So that keeps my bait on the bottom enough, to keep contact. So that's why I chose this size. Now I'll show you this going up to like a 1/4 ounce. This will anywhere from deeper on out to like say 20 or so foot. That's about the deepest I'm going to fish, 20-25 foot on a Texas rig. That's just me. But I'm going to use a 1/4 or 3/8 ounce, whichever one I find that works best to keep it on the bottom and contact with the bottom. A lot of people still use lead. I know tungsten's a big thing. It's really expensive. I buy lead and then I just paint them and play around with that. But the differences in tungsten and lead is the size, compared to lead. Lead is really big where tungsten is a lot smaller. But if you like tungsten, by all means buy it. I buy it and use both. But that is for the weights. Use the lightest weight that you can get by with when keeping your bait on the bottom. Okay, now some of you are probably looking at this bead and asking some questions about that, so we're going to talk really quick on that to give you a little tip. So what the bead does, and let me slide it down here. So basically you can see right here really quick, when I rig a Texas rig, I always pull the bait over top of my knot. Now what that does is that protects this knot, and that is exactly what this bead does. It protects the knot along with making sound. You can hear that weight hitting that bead. That's making a lot of noise down there in the water, gets their attentions, things like that. And maybe the color might make a little bit of a difference. I'm not really for sure if that does, because they do sell different color beads, but I use it to protect my knot and to make just a little bit of noise coming through the water while it's going across the rocks. Okay, so we've talked about the weight, the bead. Let's talk about the hook. All right, so on a hook, you got a 1/0, 2/0, 3/0, 4/0, 5/0, and just on and on. I like to, sort of size mine up depending on the bait. Like, this finesse worm here, this is a 2/0 hook right here. It's perfect for this size right here. You wouldn't want like a big 5/0 hook on here. Like where this is a 2/0 wide gap right here, this EWG right here style hook. You can see how it's got that wide gap right here. Works really good for this lizard. Now when you start getting into those big old monsters, like those big 10-12 inch worms, now you're going to want to go up into that 4-5/0 size hook. But most of the time I can get by with a 2/0, 3/0 size hook, and it works perfect for me. And a lot of times, it's personal preference. Maybe somebody likes something. Another thing that I have noticed is the lighter the wire hook, sometimes, it changes the action of the bait. Maybe not so much in a finesse worm, but it does change the action of the bait and how it floats a lot of times on the bottom. Okay guys, so last thing that we're going to do here is we're going to rig a Texas rig for you guys and show you how that I rig one. So basically we've got our hook, we've got our bait here, and you're going to go into the nose of the bait, stick the point of the bait in, and you're going to come out the bottom right here about a 1/4 inch down, and then you're going to twist the bait around like that right there. And you can see there we're going to pull that bait over top of that knot, and then we're going to bend our bait just a little bit. We're going to stick our point of our hook in, and you can see how it comes out right there. Okay, let me slide this over here just a little bit. Now you can see that the point of the hook is out. What you want to do is just barely pull it up right there, and now that bait is Texposed, and it is completely weedless to come through the water and won't get hung up on a lot of brush. Now you are going to get hung up some. That's just a given. You're fishing on the bottom, things happen, but that is your Texas rig right there, guys. It catches a lot of fish, a lot of really nice bass this time of year in the summertime. All right, so I hope you guys learned some tips and some tricks on the Texas rig here, and help you go out and catch some more fish this year throwing the Texas rig around. It's a really good bait all year round, works really good. But like I said, if you got any questions or comments, go down in the comment section and leave them down there. I'll be glad to answer them the best that I can. Remember, if you're new here, hit that subscribe button. Don't forget, hit that thumbs up. Until next time, this is Josh with Josh and Hunter's Adventures. Thanks for watching.